Hi, it's Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to Career Coach Office Hours. I spend time on Tuesdays and Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern answering questions from people about job search, hiring more effectively, management, leadership, a whole host of different things. And I'll normally get to people's questions during the show, and I'll bump people who are not live in order to do that because the work that I do is I provide no BS career advice. That can involve any of these categories and more, but what I try to do is help people be more effective professionally. So, again, if you've got questions for me, put them in the chat. I'd be very happy to answer them. I also want to remind you to visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, where you can schedule time for a free discovery call, schedule time for coaching, find out about my courses that you can buy or rent, my books and guides to job hunting. There's just a lot there to help you. And connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the big game hunter. I'm also going to mention my YouTube channel at jobsearchtv.com has more than 7,000 videos on it. It's also available on Amazon, and I'll change this for next time. BingeNetworks.tv. On BingeNetworks.tv, I appear on more than 300 live streaming services around the world. So just look for Job Search TV within Binge Networks, so that this way you can watch me on your big screen set. And thank you for making time today to join me. So I've got a lot of questions that I receive from people. And I try to do this in about 30 minutes because, frankly, I ran out of gas and I've got more to do as the day develops. I've got sessions this afternoon where I've got to support people. So I'll just say if you want me to coach you and you want to check me out, schedule a time off my website and you'll be able to get your questions answered, and I'll be able to help you. So the first question for today is, what should I bring to an oral interview? Other than yourself, the one thing I always remind people of, well, let me restate that. The one thing I would suggest you bring to an oral interview is a copy of your resume. Your phone, in case you need directions, but your resume is for them in case for some reason their tech isn't working, they don't have access to your resume, they can't log in, whatever it is, there's something impeding them from getting to your resume to be fully present there at the time of the interview. So carry a copy of your resume. Carry your phone so you have directions on how to get there, who you're asking for, and all the other sort of stuff, because I presume you have that in your phone, right? And thus, you're not going to get there late. You have a sense of what the timeline is for the interview and how long it'll take to get there. Arrive a few minutes early, not a lot of time, but like 5 minutes early. And this allows you time to complete an application if one's called for. Okay. So that's what I would bring to an oral interview. Let's see now. Next question is, in what ways do recruiters improve your job search? There are a couple of them. So one is a convenience factor. They are the go-between. They are reaching out to people. They are scheduling appointments for you and for their client. They're rescheduling appointments, functioning between the two parties. That's an administrative function. They also know what their client is looking for most of the time, so that they can deliver resumes or have conversations with them and reinforce those parts of your background that fit what their client is looking for. That's really the big thing. that they can tailor a resume on your behalf to make the fit obvious to their client that you can do this job. They're focusing as an intermediary in scheduling interviews. They're having conversations with you and with the client that allows them to uh, make the fit obvious to their client that you can do this job and much more. Let's go to the next question, which is, what makes me stand out on LinkedIn? Well, there's a couple of things. And I'll just simply say the big thing is, how do people use LinkedIn? If you're a recruiter, if you're a hiring manager, you're searching LinkedIn to find people to hire. So what makes you stand out? That you have the required skills. So your resume, your LinkedIn profile demonstrates you're fit for a role that someone has, right? And as such, what reinforces that are some of the comments, some of the podcasts, some of the articles that you've written. This helps you stand out from average Jane or Joe, who may also have similar experiences, but isn't you. So, what makes you you? Recommendations, endorsements, what you write or share. These help you stand out from other people. So, again, what you write or share. I should include video that you share there, links that you share on the platform. These all contribute to differentiating you from average Jane or Joe. How do companies have time to do full? Let me make sure I have that right. I apologize. I'm shuffling between multiple things. Full day interview processes. The simple way to explain that is you're probably not the only person that they're interviewing. So they're bringing you and two or three other people in to evaluate and assess concurrently. So they're working with 4, 5, 6 different hiring managers and playing round robin, moving all of you around, which at the end of the day, they think is more efficient, and I think is more efficient too, in helping them come to a decision about who to hire for a role. So they may fill more than one position that day because more than one hiring manager may be trying to staff. But what gives them the time to do this is that it's more efficient. It will take less time doing it this way. Let me show you how. The comparison I'm going to make is with you're coming back from multiple interviews. Day number 1, you do a phone interview with HR. Interview number 2, you're doing an interview with hiring manager. Day number 3, you're doing an interview with a member of the team. Day number 4, you're interviewing with someone from the user community. Day number 5, their boss's boss. So you're dealing with 5 separate interviews in order to get them to the point where they're making an offer. In good times, they don't think that that's reasonable. They think they will lose you by doing that. So they're trying to streamline their process, maybe hire for more than one position. And their thinking is the sooner that you can get on board, the sooner they're getting results from you. So that's how they can do it. So I'm just going to remind you to put your questions about job search, hiring, management, leadership, changing careers, or because you want advice about a particular workplace issue. Put your questions into chat so I can answer them. Also, visit thebiggamehunter.us to schedule time for a free discovery call, a coaching session, to visit my blog, which has more than 12,000 searchable posts, to find out about my courses, books, and guides. There's just a lot there to help you. Also, subscribe to JobSearchTV.com on YouTube. Download it as an app on Amazon. Subscribe to No BS Job Search Advice Radio and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, where it's a video podcast, Amazon Music, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Okay? We've got more. I'm telling you, we've got more. Is it appropriate to do a Zoom interview from your bedroom? What's wrong with doing a Zoom interview from your bedroom? Well, they're going to see me in my bedroom. Well, I'll just simply say you can blur your background so they can't notice it's really your bedroom. So understand that from the bedroom, that's one thing, but seeing the bedroom, that's different. I would not do that. I would blur my background to block that from view so that in this way, it's not one of those bases for criticism that will cost you an opportunity. Seriously, blur your background. To do that, what you can do is once you're connected, uh, in the video area, there's a drop down to the right of the camera. And if you use that drop down, you'll see that there's the ability to blur. So blur the background. So this way people can't see you're in the bedroom. That does not help you in any way, shape, or form. Let's continue on. I gave my resignation in October 2021. 3 months notice. God bless. In April 2022, my company asked me to pay back my relocation allowance. Can they ask after I leave? So the real question, I believe, is what was it that you signed? What was it that you signed originally that makes them think they can ask for their money back? If you signed an agreement that commits you to that, well, they're going to come after you. At least I would have if I were them. So the goal becomes you want to leave on good terms. And in doing so, not put yourself in the awkward position of them chasing you for money. Now, again, if I were you and I'm getting these notices to pay back my relocation, I might forward something to them because I assume you don't have the contract. If you have the contract, you might message back saying, where in my contract am I obligated to pay back the relocation money? Seriously, where in the relocation agreement does it indicate that I'm obligated to pay back, um, relocation if I leave? Well, I think it's the right thing to do. Yes, but where in the contract does it say I'm obligated to do that? Well, I think you should. Oh, I'm not concerned about what you think I should do. It's what I'm obligated to do. Yes, but you're leaving after 9 months. And we believe that if you leave before at least 1 year, you should pay us back. It's not going to work that way, will it? They have not fulfilled something for you. You don't need to say this to them. You can just very simply say, show me where in the agreement I am obligated to pay back the firm for leaving. And then see what it says. It may not say that. It may do something very different. But the idea becomes make them tell you where it is you signed away your obligation to reimburse them, or signed your obligation to reimbursement. Without that, forget about it. Let's go to the next one. What should you do when your boss says you're doing a great job, but they might have to let you go soon? Well, thank them because they're giving you a signal that it's possible that layoffs are coming and you're going to be in the crosshairs. So recognize that message so that in this way you're out interviewing and you might just simply, you're leaving there. So they're telling you it's time to go. Really, That's what they're telling you with this question, because they're probably going to have to let you go. As a junior individual, as a less experienced person, you're a target for termination. Catch that one. You're a target for termination. So don't kid yourself. Your boss is doing you a favor by giving you a signal that that you are at risk of being fired. Okay. How do you handle a boss who pushes the workload of a two-man job on you, and you try to give solutions of lightening the load, lightening the load, which the boss shot down your solutions? So I would wait for the next circumstance to occur and respond by simply saying, "What? I'm going to have even fewer resources? I can't handle that." Look, if I judge that you're trying to get me to work on San Diego's agenda and not my boss's agenda, I'm not going to do that. So the easiest way to give them feedback is by pushing back on them so that they don't think that they can get away with this. If you make it sufficiently unpleasant, people will leave like you. So get the heck out of there and don't put up with that crap, because it really is crap. Okay, my monitor seems to be a little bit frozen. My boss, sorry. Where did we go? Oh my goodness. I wiped out all my questions here. Let's see if I can. Okay, I wiped out almost everything I have here. So this is going to be my last question for today, since I inadvertently deleted. How do you handle a boss who pushes the workload of a two-man job on you, and you try to give solutions of lightening the load, which the boss shot down your solutions? Okay, so the answer to this is pretty simple. So they want you to do the work of two people. And if you can, I would do it. If I can't, I'm not going to injure myself in order to do the work that was previously done by two people. I can't physically move something in order to do that. That makes no sense to me. So I'm just going to tell you point blank, I can't do it. I can't do two. I will do the best that I can, but I can't do the work of two people. Now, what I can do is the best I can. It will not satisfy you insofar as it is really the work of two people. So I'll just simply say that's how you handle it. You let them know you can't do it. If you push me to do it, I will do the best to the best of my ability. But you may not be happy with that. And I'm going to put that in writing that I gave you a heads up that I didn't think it could be done. So it's your choice at this point. I'm going to do the best I can, but consider yourself notified. I can't do what two people did. And that's the way to handle it. Do not pretend like you can, because you can't. If you can, do it. If you can't, let it go. It's not possible for you, and you move on. So I apologize. I'm going to have to reconstruct questions for next time. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I provide no BS career advice for people globally. That can involve job search, hiring more effectively, management leadership, career transition, resolving a workplace issue, anything related to the workplace I can help you with. Also, visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. There's a ton in the blog that'll help you in these different areas. Plus, you can schedule time for a free discovery call, schedule time for coaching, find out about my courses, books, and guides. There's just a lot there that's going to help you. Also, let me just mention that you should connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the big game hunter. Mention that you saw this. I like knowing I'm helping some folks. And once we're connected, the network is going to be a lot bigger because I've got like 28,000 first level connections, and they become your second level so that you can branch out much more on LinkedIn without having to pay. Have a terrific day. And again, my apologies. I have to reconstruct the questions I did. Hope you have a great day and be great. Take care.